everyone, welcome to our latest edition of our virtual Starshine Yoga sessions. I hope you're all well. I'm still loving seeing all your photos coming in of you practicing our yoga moves and breathing activities and relaxations. This week I had a message from Jay, who actually lives in Sheffield, and he's been practicing yoga with his brother Corey. And it's great to see their photos every week, especially as they don't live locally in Milton Keynes, where Starshine Yoga runs. And I especially love to see their photos because they always look like they're really enjoying themselves. And that's what I want the most for you to do when you come to Starshine Yoga, is to have fun. And I know that Jay also sometimes goes running with his mum. And she was telling me how he now uses the yoga breathing that he's learnt through our sessions when he's out running. So it's so fantastic to see not only you practicing yoga, but also using all the things that you're learning about how to breathe well, how to move well, how to relax your bodies in other aspects of life and other times of the day, not just in your yoga practice. So thank you, Jay and Corey. And keep sending your photos in because I love seeing them, and any videos. Okay, today's session we're going to do some new yoga moves, and you are going to need something for the end of the session for our mindfulness activity, but I'll tell you about that when we get there. So if you come to your yoga mat or the floor, wherever you're starting, I want you to come onto your knees for our breathing today. And we're going to do a breathing activity called lion breath. Now, lion breath is a loud breathing activity, and it's a really good one if you're feeling a bit angry or cross or stressed or frustrated, and you need to let that anger or frustration out. Because sometimes you can feel really so cross that you almost want to hit something. But you know that you shouldn't do that. So you can use a yoga breath like lion breath to get rid of your frustration or your anger. So for lion breath, we're going to take a big deep breath in. We're going to be lions with big claws and big roars and big mouths. So we're going to take a big deep breath in through our nose. And as we breathe out, we're going to do a roar. Okay? So a big lion roar. Okay? So big deep breath in. Rah! Good. So hopefully you're roaring at me on your TV or your tablet or whatever screen you're watching me on. Okay, 4 more lion breaths. Ready? Big deep breath in. Rah! Good. 3 more. Big deep breath in. Rah! Good, 2 more lion breaths. Ready? Big deep breath in. Rah! Okay, make sure this is your loudest, because this is the last lion breath, so make this your loudest one. Ready? Big deep breath in. Rah! Good, excellent. Hopefully you had some fun with that. Okay, now, if you come up onto your mat or the carpet where you are into stick pose, I'm going to do the sun sequence, but I'm going to play that game that we started last week, What's Missing. So this week, I'm going to miss out not 1, but 2 yoga moves from our sun sequence. So you have to make sure you're concentrating extra hard, okay? And then at the end, I want you to shout out what they were, okay? So my turn, your turn. Stick. Reach for the sun. Elephant, 1, 2, 3. Ball. Curly whirly 1. Curly whirly 2. Curly whirly 4. Stick. Okay, what were those 2 moves that I missed out? Shout them at your screen now. Hopefully you spotted that I missed Hands, because I went straight from stick to reach to the sun. I missed out hands, and I also missed out curly whirly 3. Okay, we're going to do the sun sequence once more without missing any of the moves out. Okay, so all the moves, my turn, your turn. Stick, hands, reach to the sun. Elephant, 1, 2, 3. Ball, curly whirly 1, curly whirly 2, curly whirly 3, curly whirly 4, stick. Excellent, good job guys. Okay, now we have some new yoga moves today. Okay, we have 4 or 5 yoga moves that I want to show you, and then we're going to play a game with them. Okay, so the first yoga move we're going to learn is called shark. So for shark pose, I want you to come down onto your tummies. Okay, now we're going to lift our legs and our feet with our toes pointed. We're going to lift our chins, and we're also going to lift our hands and our arms off the mat. Okay, so this is shark pose. And you might want to make a shark fin with your hands in the middle of your back. So you can hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, now we're staying on our tummies for our second pose. For our second pose, this one is called cobra, like a snake, a cobra snake. So for cobra pose, I want you to bring your hands to either side of your shoulders, okay? And you're going to push up so that your chest and stomach, your tummy comes off the mat, and you're looking straight ahead for cobra pose. And you might do a hiss, like that cobra snake might do. Good, holding it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax down. Okay, good. So 2 poses this week using our stomachs. Okay, the next pose we're going to do is called Warrior 1. In yoga there are lots of warrior poses. We're going to do Warrior 1 today. So for Warrior 1, I want you to take a big step with one of your legs forwards, okay? And you're going to bend that front knee, but you're going to keep your back leg straight, okay? Like you're doing a lunge. Now make sure your front knee doesn't go over your toes, okay? Because you don't want to hurt your knees. And then I want you to bring your arms up straight for Warrior 1. Good. So front leg bent, back leg straight. Good, holding it here, arms nice and straight, fingers pointing to the ceiling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Excellent. Okay, now the next pose we're going to do is one of those balances. So this is the ones where you need to look at something in front of you that's fixed, that's still, that's not moving, to help you balance. We're going to do aeroplane pose. Okay, so for aeroplane pose, we're going to bring our arms out either side of us to help us balance. Okay, I'm going to come slightly off my mat so I've got room here. So, the aeroplane pose, you're going to come onto one leg, you're going to bend your body forwards, and as you bend forward, you're going to lift that back leg. Okay, keep it straight, point your toes, try and keep your arms straight. Good. Focus, hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. Now I'm going to do it on my other leg, and this time I'm going to do it side on. Okay, so use your other leg now to balance. Arms out either side. Good. Bending forward as you lift that back leg. Point those toes. Good. Holding it here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Focus on that balance. 1. And relax. Good. A really hard balance. So you might need to practice that one this week. Okay. The last pose we're going to do is a seated pose. And it's called pretzel pose. Okay? Now for pretzel pose, you're going to, if we start in good sitting pose to start with your legs crossed. I want you then to bring one of your legs over your bent knee, okay? And then I want you to put your arm behind your back, okay? And you're going to turn and look over your shoulder while you hold your knee. So this is a twist for pretzel pose. Holding it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, and then change sides. So you can go back to good sitting, but then bring your other leg over that bent knee. Your arm goes behind you and you're holding your knee while you look over your shoulder to give a really good twist. You're going to feel the twist in your lower back, in your bottom, in your upper leg. Good. Holding it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. Excellent work. Okay. So 5 poses today. Shark, Cobra, Warrior 1, Pretzel pose, and Aeroplane pose. Okay, now today we're going to play Yogi Says with those 5 poses. So remember, you only do the pose when I say Yogi Says. Okay? If I don't say Yogi Says, you don't do the pose. So I'm going to see how many of you at home I can catch out. Okay, so coming back to your mats. Okay, coming into stick pose. We're going to start in stick. Okay, Yogi Says Cobra. Cobra pose. Good, holding it here nice and still. Yogi Says Warrior 1. Think about what Warrior 1 looks like. Can you remember? Good. Aeroplane. Oh, how many people did I catch out? Hopefully you didn't do aeroplane. Hopefully you're still in Warrior 1 because I didn't say Yogi Says do aeroplane. Okay, Yogi Says aeroplane. Good, holding it here nice and still. Focusing on something that's fixed. Don't worry if your back leg isn't too high. Even if it's here, that's great. Yogi Says pretzel. Shark. Oh, how many of you at home did I catch out? Hopefully you're not doing shark. Hopefully you're still in pretzel pose because I didn't say Yogi Says do shark. Okay, Yogi Says shark pose. Cobra. Oh, how many people did I catch out? Yogi didn't say do Cobra. Hopefully you're still in shark. Yogi Says Cobra. Looking forward, straight ahead, holding it here. Arms straight. Yogi says, warrior one. Good, front leg bent, arms up straight, back leg straight. Aeroplane. Oh, how many people did I catch out? Yogi didn't say do aeroplane. Hopefully you're still in warrior one. Okay, Yogi says stick pose. Well done, give yourselves a round of applause, guys. Fantastic, good job. Okay, so remember those 5 new poses. So time for our relaxation now. And today we're going to do a mindfulness activity. So we're thinking about being present and just thinking about this moment now. And we're going to make a wishes and hopes jar. So, a little bit like when we made our gratitude jar a couple of weeks ago, you're going to need some paper and a pen and then a pot to put your pieces of paper in. Okay, so you might want to pause me now while you go and get those things, and then when you're ready I want you to come on down to the floor with your paper and pens. And this week we're thinking about our hopes and wishes for the future, because at the moment there are lots of things that we can't do that we would ordinarily be able to do. But we can't go to places like the park at the moment or the beach. So we're going to make a list of things, of hopes and wishes for the future that we'd like to do when life returns to a bit more normality. Okay, so I'm going to read out the hopes and wishes that I've made for my jar, and I want you to spend some time in the session this week and over the next few days writing down your hopes and wishes, things that you'd love to do when you can, when you're allowed back to do those normal things. Okay, so the things that I've got in my jar are visit the beach, go for a massage. I'd like to have a massage to help me feel relaxed, and I've got a massage voucher to use for my birthday, so I'm really looking forward to doing that in the future. Go back to my yoga class, because I have a yoga class that I go to, and at the moment I'm doing online sessions with my teacher, but I can't wait to go back to the actual class, and I hope that that will be soon. Another of my hopes and wishes is to go swimming, take my little baby girl Isla swimming again. One of my hopes and wishes is to take Isla to the farm, because she's never been to a farm, and take her to a zoo. She's never been to a zoo. Another of my hopes and wishes is to take Isla on a train, because we were supposed to be going on an aeroplane, but we're not going to be able to do that, so we're going to hopefully take her on a train. A really important thing for my hopes and wishes jar is to see my family and friends soon. I'm hoping that that's going to happen really soon now. Another of my hopes and wishes is to visit an aquarium with Isla and show her all those sea creatures. Another of my hopes and wishes for the future is to put Isla on a swing in the park when parks are reopened. And another of my hopes and wishes that I'm really looking forward to doing in the future is going out for brunch. That meal in between breakfast and lunch, I like to do that with my friends and family. So those are my hopes, wishes and dreams for the future. I would love to know what yours are. Maybe some of them are the same, maybe some of them are slightly different. So I want you to spend some time in this week's session being mindful and making a list, maybe on your own or maybe with your family. You can make a family jar of your hopes and wishes and dreams for the future. Okay. We're going to finish with 2 big deep yoga breaths. And we're going to lift our arms up and down as we breathe. So big deep breath in as we rise up. Stretch and then out. Big deep breath in. And out. Okay. Now one last thing with our hopes and wishes jar. Don't forget you can keep adding to that jar. So you might think of a few things on one day when you do this session with me, and then the next day you might think of another thing you'd like to add to your hopes and wishes jar. So keep adding to it so that when life is a bit more normal again, you can open up your jar and do some of those things that you've put in it. Okay, I'm going to say namaste. And a big thank you so much for joining me for this session. I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget those new yoga poses we've learnt, because you're going to need those next week. Remember to keep breathing. I've been thinking lately about how I need to make sure I bring myself back to a state of calm and relaxation by remembering my yoga breath. Keep moving, and remember to find some time to relax and make your hopes and wishes jar for the future. Thanks very much, guys. See you next week. Bye bye.